Prologue, Dawn's Blood.
The great Ssai Desert stretched endlessly under the pre-dawn sky. Orange and red bled across the far mountaintops, painting the crimson rock spires in hues of fire. Its golden dunes, still dark, would soon see the flicker of light rising over the horizon. They called this hour Tai's Veil, when the goddess cloaked the world in twilight's grace. A preamble to the cycle of the desert. The rising sun would soon turn the frigid night into a searing wasteland. In the west, cracked earth would bake under its relentless heat, while in the east, the blistering dunes would shift restlessly, burying all traces of life. As if to trap everything within the harsh lands, inescapable jagged mountains sealed much of the borders of Rhamash. On days when the winds rose, the sands cast a shroud of yellow haze across the Ssai, making it near impossible to navigate. When storms surged, relentless tornadoes and lightning storms swallowed the land for leagues, forcing life to burrow or find shelter. This was an unforgiving land, brutal to the living, yet life endured. Along the southern borders and northern mountain ranges, desert plants clung to small pockets of soil, while vast networks of caves sheltered creatures of the arid land, allowing life itself to endure. Over generations, the harsh desert life had hardened its people. The Ssai were the home to the Rhamash, the namesake of the lands. They were the protectors of the Imperium's southern borders and its gateway to the eastern sea. The men were legendary warriors who cast aside armor and shield, instead wielding dual black steel Falchions. Unlike its heavier Imperial counterparts, these were forged of black iron steel smelted deep within the mountains of Rhamash and imbued with dark magi. A perfect harmony of speed and savagery, the swords were light and strong, capable of slicing through multiple opponents and piercing most armor. It was said that a single Rhamash warrior could best 10 fully armored elite Imperium guards. While the men were heroes of legendary tales, the females were the embodiment of horror. Their stories, whispered in the dark corners of taverns, brought terror far beyond the Imperium's borders. Masters of the dark arts, they could unravel the minds of seasoned soldiers, leaving them raving in madness. Their spells could boil blood, burst organs, and reduce entire armies to lifeless husks. To face a Rhamash sorceress was to stand before the wrath of the desert itself. Though distant from many of its allied nations, Rhamash was a vital region, not only in defending the southern borders, but also in sustaining the trade of its commodities. Desert traders carried oil, coal, obsidian, and spices to the imperial capital of Tarsus and beyond. In return, to further strengthen the southern borders, the north sent catapults, trebuchets, and other dwarven siege engines, while the Goblin mastercraftsmen of the west supplied their famed ranged weapons. Alongside these weapons came the luxuries of their northern allies. Exquisitely crafted jewelry, delicate crystal glassware, and vibrantly colored textiles traveled the same routes. Fruits, vegetables, meats, and other perishables, impossible to raise or grow in the Ssai and preserved through magi, carried the flavors of the Imperium to the desert cities. These trade routes bound the Imperium together, carrying not only goods but also the richness of its cultures to every corner of the realm. Even in the harsh desert, trade had flourished for centuries. However, threats beyond nature's wrath always aimed to disrupt the fragile peace.